Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Becky from Winzigcreations and I hope you're alright. Excuse me, I've just had a bit of lunch. I thought I'd pop along and do a video with you. Just welcome to Craft with Me, which is what this one is. Sadly I can't remember the number. I hope you're all well. And as always, we try and work in a calm, mindful manner. I know, matches and papers never a good idea, is it? But having burnt these since as long as I can remember, I got the hang of it now. There we go. Leave that to cool before putting it in the bin. Welcome, welcome. Well, craft with me. I am. I'll tell you what I'll do before we start crafting. Is I'll just. Oh, sorry about the state of my desk. Just let you know how it finished off. On Monday, I did a tutorial about making material masterboards, and this is what I've cut them up, and I made loads out of that piece of and they're all backed now. I found an easier way to back them. This is the one I did on camera, if you remember, on video, and I cut it out afterwards, whereas now what I did was I measured the bit, cut it out, and then put it on. So there's a slight thing around it, so slight border around it, and it just made it so much easier to cut round it. So these are, I might use this one in the journals I'm working on, and I have actually sewn round them all. I wasn't going to, and I thought, well, my machine's out, I'll give it a go. And I mean, it is a very neutral thread I've got in there. In fact, I've just about run out of it now, because I was repairing my daughter-in-law's bridesmaid's dress with it, so I didn't bother taking it out. I haven't sewn around this one, because when I sewed around this one, it didn't like this thick quilty bit, my machine, with the quilt and the material and the canvas and then the card. He said no thank you, so I didn't sew around this one. So bear that in mind if you're putting heavier duty stuff on it. There is only so much one, but I do like them without the sewing, to be perfectly honest. I thought I'll just sew a couple, but as the machine was out, I did quite a bit of sewing on other things as well. I like this one. I like this one a lot. In fact, that one might go in. I don't know yet. And then I sewed on some tabs as well. And they're really robust now. You know, they're really, really solid. And because I've sewn around them, they shouldn't come undone either. Not that they should anyway, because I glued them on with bookbinding glue. So yeah, I'm really pleased with them. Got 2 or 3 really long tags and a few little ones, a few medium, and loads of quite a few journal cards as well. And I couldn't comb the corners, but I haven't actually done this with pinking shears. I've got some like this, which are like a stamp. They're not sharp, you know. Well, they're not pointy. They are sharp, very sharp, but they're not pointy. So this doesn't hurt when you run your finger along it, because it's not sharp and pointy. They're actually for paper, those ones, but they went through the material fine because I don't use them much, so they're still very sharp. Anyway, I did promise I'd show you these. They aren't embellished yet like the other one is. Even though I back my tags for my stash, I don't embellish them until I decide which journal they're going to be used in. So they can all go to be put away, and I embellish this one to match, well, in the style that I'm doing this journal in. So this one will definitely be going in. Excuse me. And I made a start this morning on also while I had the machine out. Do you remember doing these last week? I think it was last week we did them. I did some of them on camera, I did some of them on my own. I sewed around these as well as the machine was out. But I've gone right to the very edge so as to not take up I didn't sew around that little one, too much room in the actual pockets, you see. So they're sewn. One thing I will mention though, I think it was a tutorial 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did these little antennae here, metal ones. What I will say is if you're using them to embellish a pocket particularly, be careful where you put it, because you can, you know, like if this one was here, it might snag on it a bit. So, and the same would apply if you were putting, you could be a bit more careful, I guess, if it was, oh, I bent that round, look. That is the copper, which is incredibly soft. The copper, you see, the copper ones you can bend with your hands. Anyway, it's just something. I mean, you can push them flat like that, you know. It's just something to be aware of. Really, is all I'm saying. So they're all done, finished. And I've got a few bits out of my stash. I've got my old washi tab done. I got so much washi tape that I thought, you know, these are washi stickers and homemade washi tape, well, faux washi tape that I've made myself. I think some of it was with Roxy's Weekly Challenge a couple of years ago. I haven't done them for a couple of years, just haven't had time. I would like to again. And I've got my own tickets out, some tickets. I keep all my ephemera in these things. Sorry if they're glaring. And I've got my old vintage adverts out, and I've used a couple of these as well. So yeah, I thought they would be, oh, I don't know why they're in there. They should be with the bits. Anyway, they're there now. So yeah, so I've got quite a few of these vintagey bits in there, and I've got a few Tim Holtz bits out. This is my Tim Holtz collection. I don't have much of his. I don't buy his much anymore. I find you can make most things, and once you've got his stamps, you can pretty much make a lot of the stuff. So, but they are good if you haven't got his stamps, which are quite dear, I must admit. But I know he's changing a lot of what he's doing, isn't he? So here are my signatures for our 2 journals. They're the 3 big ones, and these are the 5 small ones. And I've started one of the small ones. At the moment, I'm just embellishing pages. So this is the front page of the first signature of the 5, of the small one with 5 in. And I put a lovely big, I've reinforced the butterfly. Didn't know what to do with these massive ones. I got 2 or 3 of these huge ones, and I suddenly realised that putting them on the front with wire antennae would be a good way to use them. So I've just embellished the front page a bit. Nothing on it. And then inside, so far, I have done I put a bit of acetate in this. Can you see? Hope you can see far enough down. That's just a little washi cluster. I've done quite a few washi clusters because they're lovely and smooth and flat, so they don't bulk your journal out. And I put a bit of acetate in there so the things didn't catch on the birds. I embellished that page. That page is just embellished. And what I do with the writing page is I stamp here. I'll do a little stamp there for them. And this one has got this 5-1 in, which has now been embellished as well. So it just needs tags. Another cluster, which actually is a cheeky thing because it is actually also a little tuck. But that's a cluster. This is a tuck, which I put a little charm on. Just a writing page and a bit of, that's the centre one, which I think you've seen quite a few times. I've put acetate in these 3 mini ones. These are really mini pockets, these. Well, in fact, these 2 are side ones, and this is a top one, and they're just mini pockets, so which are already embellished. I went through and embellished them all, and I've put a page tab on there. I don't mind that it's longer than the page, that's fine. I've got a whole box of these. I made them a long time ago, and there's another cluster here, the little cluster, which is also a tuck. But again, these don't have to be tucks. If you don't want to put something in there, you don't have to. And there's one of our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got there. And I put a little downways one on there. Can you see them? These are very easy. This is these. That is one of these. They're very easy to make yourself. I actually purchased these ones. But they are very easy. If you've got a page cutter, you can knock these out quite quickly. I actually haven't made my own for a while. It does hurt my shoulder. I've got a dodgy right shoulder, and it can hurt if you're making loads. It's fine for doing one or, that doesn't go there, it goes over there. If you're making 1 or 2, but when I saw these for next to nothing, I thought, I'm going to try them. The only thing I don't like about them is they are a tad short for a page, you see. So, you know, it doesn't matter. You can have half a page one. I mean, the good thing is you can get these real fancy ones, and you can have it the other way if you don't like the colour as well. Just colour it yourself, this side. I was thinking about getting smaller until I realised how many I had left, so I shan't. And I've got a couple more of my page edges out in case I want to use them. So that one needs stamping. That's literally a flat cluster. That just some washi and a washi flower, you know, a pet sticker that is. But I don't use that colour flower very often. I thought it went well in here. And then I've got a specimen slide here, and I put eyelets in the bottom, but I didn't put them in the top because I didn't want them to catch again. So I just put hole reinforcers in the top, and that's just a little bit of embellishment. So I think that's as much as I'm going to do on the first one for now. I will obviously put pockets and journal cards in. But I think I'm going to just craft along like I was this morning, embellishing pages and putting pockets in, having a bit of fun like that. And then I think I'll do all the tags and journal cards at the end. Or not. I might decide to stop halfway through and do some of them. We'll see. Here's a new signature. Oh, that's this continues from the other one. So this is begging for something, isn't it? Saying, fill me up with something. Not sure what at the moment. Let me think. Ooh, doesn't have to be oval, of course. I've got some of these things here. Oh no, that's too small. It looks funny. I could put a big heart in it. Well, for somebody who doesn't like using hearts much, that actually looks very good. Looks nice, that. We could have that as a little tuck, couldn't we? Embellish it up a bit. Yes, we could. I like that. Well, there we go. Hearts do surprise me sometimes. Right, well, we'll use that heart then. We will... Oh, that's another one of my hole reinforcers there. I've had my hole reinforcers out, look, and they've just... A couple have escaped from the box. Yeah, I do quite like that. We need a bit of something else, don't we? Let's reinforce this first because it's a bit flimsy. I print everything out on 80 GSM, and then I can either... It's much easier to thicken something up, reinforce something, than it is to use something that's too thick, because it's very difficult to make something thinner. But it's a lot easier to make something thicker. So let's just stick... Whoops. Sticky one there. I do have a thingy, which I forget to use because I use my thumb. Oh, birdies. Some birds. Don't get me on birds. Arctic tern. I love birds. Right, well, there we go. I'm just going to leave that to dry for a few minutes, for a second or two. While I think that will be there. Let that dry. I want some stuff around it. You're quite a big chunky piece, aren't you? Oh yeah, you'd work. You'll work. You'll work nicely. What else can we do? Should we put something a bit more colour on the page? It's quite a bland page. This is very bright, this green is very... That's why I keep putting it back. So I do find it very bright. It's a bit big as well. I'm going to have to cut this out. I'm finding it very difficult to judge the size. I know by backing things and not using card, you end up cutting things out twice, which if you don't like fussy cutting and you don't like cutting, then don't use this system. But I actually quite enjoy fussy cutting. I'm like Gail Augustinelli like that. I find it very therapeutic, very easygoing. I'll do it while watching telly, watching, you know, YouTube or something. And yeah, I can cut away for ages. I did have to invest in some of these scissors though, because I do have a bit of arthritis, and using the other ones really aggravated. I got quite a lot of arthritis in my thumb, hence the reason my hands are so bony. My knuckles protrude a lot. So yeah, I got some of these. They're not cheap, but they're very, very good if you have arthritis, believe me. Or if you just use scissors a lot, you know. I've got they're by Fiskars, and I've got the big set as well. They were definitely the only scissors I use, actually, to be honest. That's a weird expression, isn't it, to be honest? As if you're not going to be, you know. Why wouldn't you be? Just ignore me, I'm waffling. Let's see what we... I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Let's pick my tray up. Bring it over here so everybody can see. So everybody can see. No? I don't know, maybe a flower or a bird. That's not... Another label's not... I think this is so big, this label. It's kind of doing all the label stuff I need. Let's see if I've got a little flower or something. Thing is, if they've got stems on, I shall need them grounding. Oh, that hasn't got stems on, look. Got a stem on. Yep, like that. Yeah, if, like this is just a cluster of flowers, but if they have... Where can I find one? There. If they have a stem on like that, in my little brain, I have to ground that. It has to be in something or on something. That's the way my weird brain works. It just has to be, I'm afraid. There's probably an artistic term for that, but heck if I know. I just know it's called grounding it. It's like if I'm putting a person on, like one of the Tim Holtz people, for example, their feet have to be on something. You have to ground them. I do the same with flowers. And whilst I do put butterflies on things as they are, I have a thing about putting butterflies on near flowers, as if they're smelling the flowers or going off to the flowers. No, weird, aren't we? Aren't we weird? It's the way our brains work. It's just strange, isn't it? Now, am I going to glue all this down? No, I'm going to leave. Right, I'm going to go around the edge of this so it doesn't interfere with the... Oh, sorry, my dauber is disintegrating, sorry. Just going to go around the edge for now. I can add some more later. This is actually on cardstock, lightweight cardstock, so it would be perfectly all right to help with the... too close to the... If I put that there and something goes under, it can go under there as well, can't it? So we're going to go around the edge. No, it doesn't need... Does not need inking, is what I was going to say. Pop you on there. Oops, you're in the way. There we go. Is that straight? Sorry, you might get my head. I just needed to see if that was straight. I need it over a bit. I'll have to put some more glue on. I moved it. Let's put some more glue on and get it in the right place. I should have lifted my page up first. Sorry, I'm just going to have to lift this up a second so I can get it the right place. There we are. There. Put glue. Put it on. I got a different pin. Not that you can remember what my other pin was like. I bent it the other day, putting it in. In fact, I think I did it this morning. Just feels like the other day. It's been a long day. Well, I had to get up earlier than normal, much to my disgust. I like to get up nice and slowly. Have 2 cups of... I still got 2 cups of coffee before I did anything. But I had to go for blood tests first thing this morning. 9 o'clock I had to be there. That is a seriously antisocial hour. Well, when you're retired it is anyway, you know. I mean, I used to get up at the crack of dawn when I worked full time, but I used to start work at 7, you know. But now I'm retired, I find 9 o'clock in the morning quite an antisocial time. Ugh. I like the fact that I can just get up when I like, is what I like. I do. Right then. Let us get rid of that page. Oh, that's nice. So is the gannet, actually. I wonder if it's worth keeping them. I've already done an ornithology book. But it is nice sometimes. I'm going to put them to one side. I don't say I'll use them, but I got a passion for birds. I do like birds. I like anything to do with nature. Right. That's just a bit of fun. Well, it's bending up more than I want it to, but never mind. Right, we'll stamp down there. Oh, I have inked 1 or 2 pages as well. Not all of them, just I went through that one and inked a few. Do I feel any need inking in this one before I carry on? I just felt like inking a couple. No, that's all right. These only have 5 pages. Right, so that's that. That'll stamp on the bottom because it's a writing page. That's such a pretty page. You could just write in there, couldn't you? I'm going to leave that and do something on here and here. I'll do something on here. Let's find a nice pocket. Pocket. I've got my ones I've made. Trying to put sort of one of these, what I call big ones, in each signature. Yeah, you'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, do we put it on the side? No, these are ones for going to the top. Just thinking. I could glue it across there. And up there. And down there and across there. Then I could have a little tag in the top and a thing at the side. I might do that. So, let me show you what I'm doing. If that sounded a bit weird. I'm going to put a tiny tag in the top one as if it was a normal... Oh, gosh. Sorry, it's so gunked up. As if it's a normal pocket. Where does that go to? It goes to about there. So I'm going to go there. Well, actually, I'm going to go... Yeah, this is the other side. I'm going to go across here. Up here. Then all the way down here. If I can get my glue to come out. So how are you all? You all okay? Sorry if you're not so good. I do appreciate that sometimes you're not so good, but you just tell people you're fine. Yep. All been there. It's just sometimes a lot easier to tell somebody you're fine than to explain how rubbish you feel. So, all those people that have long-term health conditions know what that's like. There we go. And then I can put a little tag in the top. Yep. And I can put something on the side as well. Right. One in there, one in there, one in there, a little one in there, and one in the side. There we are. That's that done. Do we want anything on this page besides that, I wonder? Not at this moment in time, I don't. I want something on here, though. They're pockets. So, what shall we have over here? What about you? You're nice and tall. I could put some bits on here. How far out do you stand? Oh, you stand out. I could take you out a bit. I don't want to take you out too far because I like to see the layered look. So I'd have it about there. Just put a little pencil mark so I know where to put it. There we go. Oh, that's pretty much almost all the way in. I'm just going to ink it up because the underneath stuff is a bit bright. Well, it's not white, but it's a little bit. I made these. This is something else I do with my strips. You know, we all have these strips of card and paper. Apart from using them to stamp on, obviously this sort you can't very easily. You could stamp on the back, I guess. I use them, especially when they're at ends of like, what's it called? Scrapbooking paper. I'm going to put this down and do the inside of here. Just the edge of this will be seen. Yeah, especially when you've got strips of scrapbooking paper left, which is can be quite strong. They make good page edges, and I just stick a bit of ribbon or a bit of lace or something with it. As I say, I've got a whole box of them. I went a bit mad one day and made absolutely stacks of them. Where's my pencil mark there? Right, let's glue you up. No, I don't want fabric tack. I want this. Now then, how am I going to... I think I'll just glue this down the middle, actually, over this bit. And then I know I'm not affecting the tuck, all the bit that's over the top of the page. Out of the page, you know. Sorry, you probably can't see me making a hash of this gluing. Oh, come on, out you come. I don't know why my glue is so slow. I know you don't supposed to have to need much of this, but I'm never sure. Right then, let's pop you there. Try and make you straight. Whoa, it moved. Doesn't move quite that quickly. I just want to see if... Oh! I didn't glue at all. It's probably because it's on that sewing. I just want to make sure I've got it level. That's all I'm trying to do. Oh! It's going to be bone dry by the time I've finished faffing out. I've never had this problem before. I see, it barely sticks out, that's why. Right. Let's stick some more glue on then. I thought it stuck out a long way, it doesn't. Barely sticks out at all, so we can put normal glue on it as well. There we go. That's it. Let's glue you on. I thought it overhung a bit, but it doesn't. Well, the bottom doesn't anyway. It's supposed to show how unlevel my page is. Right, let's put you back in there. Maybe you'll work a bit better. Let's decorate this. Let's make this look a bit prettier. It's looking a bit sad at the moment. Not using you at the moment. Right, we've got you. You're pretty. Need inking up, but you are nice. It's got a little wire antennae on. Antenna, not antennae. One of you. Maybe. Oh, we could put a bird on. We got birdies over there. Oh, whoops! Just flicked them everywhere, didn't I? Well, if we had a little flower at the bottom here, I could turn my butterfly round, and he could be on his way down to smell the flowers. Aha! It's quite big, that one. They're either big or small. Oh, that's not so bad. Mind you, the butterfly is quite big, isn't it? Sorry, you probably can't see what I'm faffing about. Oh, they're the same colour. I thought this is a nice colour, and it's actually the same colour. But it's fractionally smaller, I think. That's quite nice, isn't it? And it hasn't got a stick on the bottom of it, so it doesn't need grounding, although it is probably grounding. Right, see if I can find a bird in here. Oh, there's that red cardinal. That's nice, that pop of colour, isn't it? I wasn't expecting to like that, but it's nice. Right, let's do a bit of inking and a bit of gluing. So what are you working on? Hey, this afternoon while we're crafting? I'd love to know what other people are working on, I really do. Are you still working on Christmas projects? Are you like Gaila Gastinelli? I watched her the other night, that's why she keeps coming to mind. She's she packed all hers away and then brought something else out, but yeah, sometimes it's just, you just need to get it put away again, don't you? I haven't actually got mine out yet. I will be making some labels. Tags. Sorry, not labels, tags. We'll be making some Christmas tags. I always make my own elaborate tag. Well, not necessarily elaborate, but I always make my own tags for gifts. And I have an abundant supply of ribbon, so that's not an issue. And I use just brown paper. I don't use these there we go. Right. This is funny stuff, this ribbony stuff. This I think I might just stip you all on with a little bit of Fabri-Tac, just so I know that you're sticking, because I'm not entirely sure whether you will or not. So don't need masses. Pop you there. Oh, no, don't glue on that page. No. Oh, we'll have to glue. We'll have to ink that up in a minute. That way, that way, that way. Yeah, it's funny stuff to glue onto. This is. It wasn't what I thought when I bought it. When I got it, it wasn't quite what I had in mind. So that's why I've used it up on here. Right then, let's hope the Fabri-Tac's going to do its job there. When that's dry, I will ink the other side, because you can see this little white bit sticking out there. Now I think that will tuck if you want it to tuck. Will it tuck? Yeah, that'll tuck something if you want it to. Otherwise, it's just a pretty page, which is fine. Fine. I'll come back to the other side of that flower later. Does it need anything else? Do we need a little something else? No, leaving it like that for now. I'll decide later if I wanted to put anything else on there. So we've got one tuck, one pocket, maybe a possible tuck. You can oh, I don't want anything out of that page. That page is strong. Right, we're going to put some sort of pocket or tuck on this one. I don't always do something on every page, but I just want something small. We've got a big pocket in there. We've got the big stuff in the centre. Got a big centre section. So we just need a little something. Maybe just a little something on this one. Maybe some of these. Make it a bit easier to write on. And then some decoration in between. Make something a bit different, isn't it? No, I'm not using hearts again. I've got loads of hearts here. Right, let's start with them then. Let's ink these up while I give it some thought. Sometimes I think I have done it on one of the journals. I just bring the one page I'm working on out. But at the moment I want to see what it looks like with the page next to it. So I'm leaving, although they're loose, I'm actually leaving them in place this time. So there's a bit of white on those. My poor cutting. I'll put you two there. Let's give this a... We haven't had one of you things for a while, have we? Oh, you're cute. Mm-hmm. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Sorry. Sorry, I went really quiet there, didn't I? I was concentrating, which is a rarity for me. I don't often concentrate, as you well know. Right. I'm just going to put these on for now. They can go straight on as they are because they're going on a page which is writing. So there we go. Put a bit of writing on here. It's just a bit easier to. I do like to write on lines. Not everybody does, but I do. Let's just make sure that's straight. bloody gluey. So, gosh, is that the time already? Where did the time go? Here we are. Yeah, so tell me what you're making, what you're working on. If you're doing anything for... Are you going away for Christmas? A friend of mine is. Some people do. Are you staying at home with your family or friends? You know, in the comments. And thank you to those ladies who have done some comments, some lovely comments. Thank you, ladies, who've put those lovely comments on. I appreciate it very much. Whoa, where'd that go? Tiddlywink, out you come. Yeah, put those two there. Something's not quite, something's missing still, so I'm thinking at the moment. But I like this bit so far. So I'm doing this bit, and maybe something else will come to me as and when. Probably something washi related, I imagine. I do like me. I have got so much washi stickers and tape to use up. It's unbelievable. And next year, oh, there's no real harm in starting now, but yes, next year is going to be a use it up year. Trying not to buy any more products, except for consumables, obviously, like glue. I'm trying, and paper and ink for my computer, but you know what I mean. I'm trying not to buy any new fun stuff because I want to do a load of using up. I do. I really can't fit any more stuff in, so I think the simplest thing to do is just to start using up what I've got. I'm a bit of a hoarder. I mean, I've got 4 rolls up there, which you can't see from here, of Florentine paper, which I bought from Germany, and I've barely touched it because I like it so much. But it needs using, you know, that's why I bought it. I don't buy these things to look at, I buy these things to use. So I must use them. That's my the gluey. That is the whole point of it, isn't really? I can't take it with me, so you know, I might as well use it. Top or below, in the middle. Now, let me just have a rethink, rejig. Oh, maybe some washi. Get me washi tapes out, my little washies. Yeah, and on top of that, a lot of this came with extra washi, with extra bits. Here we go. Oh, that's nice. That's clear. You won't see that. Let's not do a clear one here. I want something that I can actually, that's clear. It's clear. That isn't. And neither is that. Is that too, oh, I've just spotted one thinner that would probably go really well. Oh, I quite like that. Yeah. Yeah, somebody's probably screaming at me, no, that looks thinking awful, but yep, it's what I feel it needs. I got a few more over there that I could use instead. I've got one over here with a tiny bit of colour on, and although it's vintage, there's no reason why you can't have a bit of colour. See, this does have a tiny bit of red in it, and a tiny bit of green in it. Although I don't think it's I don't think that goes with this. That just, ooh, now I'm stuck, aren't I? This shouldn't be called craft with me. This should be think with me. I wish I could hear you, and then I'd know what you're saying. I'm going to go with my original decision. Don't ask me why, but I am. I think because I had it set in my mind that I liked it, so there we are. Let me know which one you'd have used. Let me know which one you'd have used. There we go. That's okay. Yep, I do like that. Yes, made the right, well, in my little sad little brain, I made the right choice. Now, is this dry? Yes, let's put a bit of paper under there and ink this little bit up before I forget, because it's going to drive me up the wall otherwise. That's all I can, that's the best I can do. There must be some glue on there that won't ink, but never mind. It's a speck. It's a tiny bit. Right. That's a pretty page, isn't it? What should we do with this? I might just put a tab on. That might be just all I'm going to do. Pop a tab on it, and that'll be it. Don't have to put something on every page. I generally do, unless it's a huge journal, but when they're little ones like this, I generally do. Yep, just a little tab's nice. Oh, I see, it's red underneath. Oh, it's one of those ones that, yeah, it's another one of my back-to-back ones. And my printer was having a bit of a do. I don't know how I got it off printing double-sided. It was stuck on printing double-sided, and suddenly when I went to use it again at some point, it taken itself off. But I'd gone to use it loads of times before, and it would not come off double-sided. Only on PDFs. You know, it was just the PDF it was stuck on. But there we are. That's all that needs. That is, I think I'm going to do a little washi cluster on this side, because I'm going to have a stamp down here. So, washi cluster. There we go. No, that's not washi. That's washi. Let's do a washi cluster. And while I'm move over a bit so you can see. Oof. That's it. I won't need the glue. Shouldn't need the glue book with washi. Sorry, just going to have a quick slurp of my coffee. Let's do one of my clusters. I looked at this piece earlier. This is a really old piece. Might use that. Let's see what else. I do like these buildings as well. There's that building. And what else have I got? Oh, so many washi stickers. Oh, there's a nice big one. We could start with that instead. Yeah. Shall we start with you? Oh, that had a nice green on, of course, that matches that. That's why I got that out. Think about that in a minute. I just want to know if I've got a little one going the other way. It's the wrong way around. That goes the other way. That's quite nice. Ow! Ooh, sorry, something spiked me. Let's just take you off and put you on. There's more going on here, isn't there? It's a bit more interesting. Right, let's give you a bit of a wiggly outside. I don't leave these straight as a rule. I do a bit of chomping around. Just so it's not so rigid. Ink that up because it's very, very bright white, that piece. The rest won't look white because when I take this off, it's clear. So all this is like vellum covered in sticky back, covered in double-sided tape. That's all it is. Then I've done like a masterboard on it, you know, that kind of thing. Right, this one's next. I do cut. I know. Sorry if this is laborious for you, but you're crafting anyway, aren't you? This is a craft along. I like to take the edges off these washi tapes there's very large. I know it almost disappears into the thing, but that's just me. I had to put my heating on again earlier. Before I stopped for a quick bite of lunch and to do this. I got up and made myself a drink, a bite to eat. And it was so cold that I had to put my heating on. I hate having to put it on during the day. But when it's 1 degree, you know, outside, it doesn't take long for it to drop in the house. I mean, later on, in a little while, if I carry on crafting, I'll be too hot. And I'll have to turn it off again. It's thermostatically controlled, but when I'm working, I forget, and the thermostat goes to 16. Well, 16 is still too low for me. And it's a complicated control panel. And when the guy fitted it, I said, have you got instructions for the control panel? And he said, oh no, just Google it. Great, I thought. I'll just Google it then. And yeah, loads and loads of pages. And you know, you need the instructions right in front of you as you're doing it. So yeah, it's quite finicky. So I got it set. A lot of them are preset, but this is very boring for you, isn't it? We talk about my central heating system. I'm very fortunate to have a central heating system. I am aware of that. Oh, can I not get it on straight? Really, it's a building. The least I could do is get the building on straight. I wanted to cover up the 2 lily. Not going to have any sticky on it if you carry on, Becky. You silly woman. That's better. Yeah, and there's 5 pre-programmed ones for different settings for when you work, for people who go to work. But if you stay at home, if you're retired and you're at home, there's one generic one which you can adjust. The rest are all preset. So you've only got one that you can adjust. So, you know, you're a bit stuck really. So we set it for what we thought was a sensible, you know, low temperature. I thought 16 would be plenty, you know, plenty cool enough. And it's a tad too cool. Never mind. Never mind. I have got a jumper on though and socks on, so it's not like I got a big, thick, fluffy thingy on the swell. So it's not like I'm not well wrapped up already. What am I doing here? I think we'll have a little pocket or something, a little tuck or something, because that was just a decoration, wasn't it? And what's on the back of this? Oh, that's that page, isn't it? Let's put a pocket of some sort on. I've done a big one, haven't I? Yep. And we've got the centre bit, so let's put a little small one on, or a tuck. Mind you, this has got that's got the 2 big ones in, hasn't it? Right, let's find a small pocket. Oh, here's a nice green one. Oh, that almost blends straight in. Oh, this is a pretty one. Oh, I like that. I do like that one. That's very nice. It will probably need reinforcing. It will. It's not very thick. Let's just reinforce you then. And might put a little bit of something on you. Or on the page. We shall see. I haven't got any journals out today to show you. You'll be pleased to know. No, I've only got a couple left, I think. So, I'm still gluing it to this bit. You didn't tell me, did you? Just watch me put it down there on the wrong piece of paper. I'm reinforcing it. It's a good job it's going there, isn't it? Right. Oh, see, I can't do it, can I? I can't talk and work. Apparently, though, at school, I could talk a lot. I think my report used to say, they used to call me Rebecca back then. Rebecca would do well if she talked less. As you can see, they weren't wrong. When I talk, I'm completely off-piste. I do. Anyway, I caught it in time before I rubbed it into the page. I know Rachel from Winzigcreations, she reinforces hers quite often just by folding down the top, which I would do, but I can't do it with this funny shaped one, so. That's nice. I like that. Doesn't really need much inking either. Yeah, that's good. Let's pop you on where I've made a mess of my page. I just find if I put a little bit of book page on the back of it, it just stops it from more, it's less likely, or it's more unlikely to tear, you know, or come off. Something pretty on the end of my, oh, I think I know what that is. It's a bit of the pin stuck to the end of my bottle. Let's pop you there then, where you were going. I wouldn't have been able to stick anything in with, I got this pin stuck to me with glue all over you. Yeah, these are pretty coloured tops, and sometimes a bit of the colour comes off onto the, oh. Right, something in there. I might put something up here. Why don't we do another tab? I haven't got many tabs in this one. I think I've only got one in that other one. Different shape tab. Have I got some different shape tabs? No, that's the same shape. It's the same one. I thought I had. I thought I had a whale tail in here. I don't appear to have a whale tail. I thought I had a whale tail in here. I could use a couple of buttons, couldn't I? The same size. I could have two buttons exactly the same size. I could use them. Oh, that 6 is nice, isn't it? I like that 6. I could ink the back, or I could put something on the back. I got anything. Oh, that's exactly the same size. That is exactly the same size. I don't know why I whispered that. If I whisper, you won't be able to hear me, will you? No, it's not in there, is it, that whale tail? If I put it somewhere by mistake. Are you in here? Mr. Whale Tail? I'm sure I've got a whale tail out. It may only be one, but I'm fairly certain I've got one. It's alright. We're going to have to... oh, I've got a key in here. Well, no, I don't appear to have a whale tail. I do, however, have some different sorts of those, which are nice. I'll put them at the top of piano and things, get them... Well, I don't know. I thought I had a whale tail. Well, there we are. I was wrong. A bit miffed that I was wrong. Thought I had one. I have to get my own out. I thought I had one with this thing. I'll probably find it when I don't actually want it. Right, it's not in any of them, which is surprising because that's where I've dumped it. Maybe I used it. Oh, look. So I can't find it. It's tiny. It's a tiny one. I wonder I couldn't see it. Oh, it does look cute though. Look, get off. It does look cute though, doesn't it? Sticking out there. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it now that we've found it. Now we've found it. Let's do it. Right. Got to get this level. I'm going to put a bit of ink on in case some bits stick out that shouldn't. Right. Ow. Ooh. It's not for a particular purpose, so it doesn't have to be really strong and hardy. It's just for a bit of fun, so it's not like you need to use it to turn the page or anything. There. I'm glad I found it. I wasn't going nuts, look. I did have one. But that is the only one I got. I'll have to get my other... Whoops, I'll have to make some out of the same... What's going on? Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's so much going on here in this centerpiece that I'm going to keep this and this a bit and that a bit calmer. Right, that's got a little whale tail up there, so I think I'm going to leave it like I have that one. Plain page. We've got some writing space on that one. Now this is printed weird, look. Can you see there's an extra dark line there, and I don't know what happened there. I didn't notice it until it was a bit too late. So the answer, of course, is a washi strip. That is the answer. Let me have a look at some of my others. Nope. Keep looking at that piece and keep putting it back. Let's get my others out then. Oh, don't fall off the page. Don't fall off. Thank you. Here we are. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. We can have a transparent one, can't we? So we have a bit of colour. Hey, a bit of colour. There we go. We'll have that little bit of colour. Doesn't completely cover it up, but it kind of makes it look deliberate, you know. So I'm just peeling the back off. There we are. I did sew around 1 or 2 pages. I think I said around about 3 pages in the end, and my back was screaming at me, so I stopped. There, bit of nice washi on there. Faux washi. You know, don't you, when I say washi, I mean faux washi. I know Winzigcreations had a lot of aggro from some people because she kept calling it washi and not faux washi. So I think we're all on the same page when it comes to making our own washi tape and things. It's not real washi. So real washi are the things like the things you buy, you know. What am I doing here? I'm going to put a tiny little pocket on here. Right, we don't have any of this sort in here, do we? I don't have many of these. I might have to print some more, which seems ludicrous when you consider how many pockets I've actually got. Rather a lot. I might use some more of those little ones, but I do like these. That doesn't show up though. I used a dark one last time. It would show up better on there. So I'm not using those two. You might keep them for a darker page where they show up. Oh, that would look nice. Look, it's the same washi, same stuff. So I've done this in the other one, so I'm not sure I really want to do this in this one. I did 3 of these. I did a few of these. I didn't have them on the edge of the page though. I did have them. Maybe I'll do them all the same. That's a smaller one. We have 3 the same size. Well, that's a smaller one. There you go. That one's the same size, isn't it? That one. So we have 3 in a row. Is that the same size? It is. Can I fit 3 in a row? Oh, I can't fit 3 big ones. So let's take the big ones off and put the little ones on then. Right, that's the little one. Don't ask me. Well, I do know why. I printed some on A4 and some on US. Which way around does that go? That way. Yeah. How about them? I've got a lot of these. You put one on a page, it looks a little bit sad, so I usually do them in 3s. I like them. Yeah, let's put some, I'm going to put some acetate in them now. Because, let's just pop you up there for a second while I put acetate in these. Sorry if this reflects on you. I will be as quick as I can, cutting out tiny bits of acetate. Let's do this bit that I've got here. I literally just pretty much cut round. It's staticky though, you know, it catches your hair and all sorts. One bit. See if that bit fits, shall we? Does that fit one? Yeah, it's a bit big, but it'll fit that. That's a bit big and it'll fit that. Let's cut another piece out. I have stacks of acetate. Right, let's cut you down because you're a tad big. I hope you can see what I'm doing. It's very difficult when somebody's working with acetate on camera, isn't it? I'll put this bit of paper down. You might be able to see a bit better. I just got to take a tiny bit off this. It's a tiny bit big. I mean, I don't know about you, but I actually have trouble seeing it. Tiny bit off the bottom. And that will fit on there. So that one fits on there. I don't always put acetate on these. That's why they're not done pre-done. Right. I'm going to cut a little bit off the bottom there. That one fits. But as I'm using these three as pockets, I am going to put acetate on. Oh, my word. Hair. Sorry. It's gross. Oh, static. There we go. Take a bit off the top. A little bit off the top. Not much. A slither off the top. And a bit down the side here. So. Right. Get rid of those. These are going to stick to me. Right. Now, I do use glue. I do use glue. But I push it out as I'm gluing it down. So I just go around the edge of my acetate. If I can see it. I'm going to put it over here so I can see it. Right round the edge like that. Just a little bit. And then I'll pop it on. Squeeze it on there. And then I push it outwards so it doesn't go over. But there we are. And there we go. And it doesn't makes the pocket a lot stronger as well, a lot sturdier. No, the other way. Thank you. Down there and push you out. So it doesn't squidge inside. There we are. Whoops, over you go. Sorry, concentrating. Yeah, just want to make sure there's none showing through my wood. Oh, she goes and puts a great big thumb in the middle. There we are. Let's put the lid on this before it goes everywhere. When I can find my pin, which is probably stuck to my jumper. Nope, there it is. Yeah, my chewy, my Chewbacca hoodie is not the best thing to craft in. But when you're cold, I do have a proper jacket I made myself, or what, like a waistcoat thing I made myself for crafting in when I'm cold, but it doesn't allow for me to be very cold. right then, stop whining, woman, about being cold and get some work done. Here we go. They're sweet, aren't they? I'll put tiny little thingies in them. Oh, I need that stuff back, don't I? I'm doing them so they go in the side because the top is incredibly small. So these, I made these up for embellishing, but I don't see why I can't make them into pockets as well. All right, that bit can go on there. The bit of washi should make it nice and easy for them to slide in and out. I mean, you don't have to put acetate on. But my concern would be that whatever I put in will snag against my embellishments, which it could well do, because it's quite heavily embellished in places. Which side? That side. Obviously, they'll only take something very small, maybe like a ticket or something, but it'll be fun. They'll be fun, won't they? There they are. 3 little windows. Right. Oh, I think we're nearly out of time, are we? Yes, we are out of time. Gosh, that did go quickly, didn't it? And I've only got, oh, well, not surprised actually. The one I did this morning took me 2 or 3 hours, and you know, we've been going just over an hour, and I've done 3, nearly finished it, a bit more left. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little weird manic craft along. I'm enjoying my layered look here. That's looking good. I'm enjoying that, and we'll have to see how that works. I might have to glue a bit more down. Anyway, it's been lovely chatting to you and crafting with you, and I hope you have a nice weekend, because this will be a Thursday. So enjoy your weekend. Take care, lovely. Bye.